I feel a little, hi Kimmy, a little discombobulated today. Not really like that, but I don't know. You know how sometimes you're going in like 10 directions at once? And sometimes you're like, what direction was I going in? I know it's full moon energy, and this is that full moon in Taurus, and we're still in that full moon energy, so it's a little like, I knew you'd get it. I knew you'd understand. So, okay. Well, I'm super glad to be back with you on this Monday. We are almost to Halloween. We are definitely still in the full moon energy, and this is, I think we're still in the Taurus, full moon Taurus. What's going on with the hair? Okay, so there's a lot that's going on, and I just posted, and I'll put it on Instagram later, but I just had posted on my Facebook page this picture. It's been going around. It is two little kids, one Jewish Israeli, presumably, and one Palestinian. The little boys, one is wearing a t-shirt with an Israeli flag and a kippah, and the other is wearing something with Palestinian, and I can't remember. He's wearing a headscarf, a hijab, and I think he's holding a Palestinian flag. I don't remember exactly what they're wearing. But hi Ellen, hi. But I love this picture, and it's been going around because it's about, what is caught is more important than and more powerful than what is taught, and what that peace is possible. There's a whole lot of crisis going on in a lot of different directions right now. There's a whole lot of crisis going on in American universities. There's crisis going on in multiple countries, in Ukraine and Nigeria. I don't have to tell you what's going on in Israel. All of these things are tumultuous, to say the least. And there's a lot of energy and a lot of emotion that's going around in that. And I want to share this email, and I can put the text up later, but I really wanted to share this email today. I don't know if you all know who Kyle Gray is, but he's the lad from Scotland who talks to angels, and he's just marvelous. And it's been so wonderful to watch him through the years, because when he first became a Hay House author, he was sort of only really known in Europe, and he was so young, and it's been so marvelous to watch him grow and mature as a young man. But he has an Angel Message Monday email, and so if you're not connected to that, I do recommend it. It's just something that makes me smile every week, and it reminds me of perspectives of things, and I think that it's really, really important. So here's what he had to share today, which I thought was really hi everyone, really, really marvelous. And again, I will put the text. So for my Instagram friends, I do tend to put a little bit more of this kind of stuff on Facebook, but I will put this on Instagram because I think it's just really important. But this is what he said today. He said, if the world feels overwhelming or intense, know that hands of light are upon you now. Take a moment to retreat to a safe place to cleanse and recharge your energy. Don't feel guilty about it. You don't need to be constantly in the limelight or in the service of others. This is not the time to sacrifice your own well-being in order to serve others. Take the time to recharge, observe, and review how you feel. This is a deeply healing time. You may have been on this path for a long time and experienced miraculous and healing moments, but now you're going deeper. This is about healing from the inside out. Be open to learning new information and gaining insights about your life that will bring you to a deeper state of wholeness and connection with yourself. Cosmic beings are surrounding you now and leading the way on this ever unfolding journey. Hi, Gina. I just thought that was so incredible, because it's not just about these little boys embracing. And there's been other memes on the internet as well. And there's another one I particularly like that shows these boys as they've gotten, not necessarily these boys, but it shows another pair of boys that are older. They're teenagers, they're young adults. And so here they are also embracing. I have friends, Michael Oakes and his partner, Ali, I can't remember, but they are musicians, one Israeli, one Palestinian, and they travel around the world bringing the message of peace through music. So there is light, and there is hope, and there is possibility. It's really hard right now to see it, and it can be very overwhelming and very, you've heard me talk so many times about how it's loud. It's so loud. And so right now we're in this full moon in Taurus, and we have this energy. The full moon was really yesterday, so we have this energy for another 24, 25 hours or so. And this time of having this energy surging, it really can elevate. And the full moon, because there's also an eclipse involved in this full moon as well. And eclipses are like steroids, right? They just turn everything up a notch. And so if we're feeling into a little bit of craziness, if you're feeling a little bit more forgetful, if you're feeling a little bit more like, I've noticed the last couple of days, my words, I feel like I can't get my words out right. If you're feeling just a little discombobulated, that can be part of this Taurus full moon energy. This Taurus full moon energy reminds us to be kind to ourselves. And this is where, Kyle's message was really relevant today. We take a lot of assumption with Taurus that it is about, pushing forward the bull and barreling through and all this kind of stuff, when the truth is that there's a lot to be said about the gentle side of Taurus energy. And in this particular instance, it's really a lot about self-care. So I just think that it's one of those things that we take a minute to say, how am I? How are you? And just to take that minute to breathe. Because we know that things are amplified already in the full moon, and then amplified even more in the eclipse time. And so with this is this time to step back and go within. Because here's the thing that we know, and we all know this, right? If we are radiating out our energy at our highest levels, right? And we've seen this in all these experiments where they've done citywide meditations, right? Where people have come together, like 100 people, 200, 300, 400, 500 people have come together in a citywide meditation, and they've done this massive meditation event. Maybe they've meditated for a day or a week or a month, and we've seen over and over and over again how the crime rates have gone down in these cities, how the people's happiness levels go up. There's less police activity, murders go down, shootings go down, and at the same time, school scores are shown to go up in these same time frames. And it's so interesting because it is a lasting effect. So when we meditate and we have these large group meditation events, we raise the vibration, not just of ourselves, but we raise the vibration. And we talk all the time about how we cavitate off of each other, right? Those ripples on the pond. And so we cavitate off of each other, which means your energy boosts my energy boosts your energy, and we rise that energy together. And then that energy covers the city, let's say, that we're in. Let's say there's 50, 100 of us meditating for Tel Aviv or Jerusalem or Gaza. We can do this for any of these places, and we cover this place with that love, that energy. That it is, I think, more of these experiments that that I have read have been in the locality. So the people were like, okay, we're all coming together here, and we're gonna, be in this area. But we all know that energy is energy, and so it travels wherever we send it. So we can, as a collective, say, okay, at 2:00 on Tuesday afternoon, we're all gonna get together and meditate, and we're gonna send this loving energy to that place. And we've seen this with organizations like HeartMath, who is an amazing organization that they do so much about this kind of heart meditation and heart energies and things like that. that when we amplify our energy, raise our vibration, we fill up our vessel, our bubble with love. And if you've done meditations with me, you know we talk about filling up, breathing in the light, right? And filling up that vessel and expanding that light outwards. And we expand that light outwards to other people, to connect with other people and other places. Hi, Delora. Oh, I know I owe you a message. I'm sorry. It's been so crazy, Delora. Please forgive me. And we expand that out, and then to be able to say, let's aim that, like, you know, filling up a water pistol with all of our bad analogy. Yes, I heard you. I'm sorry. Because what they were giving me was like a punch bowl that tipped over, and the words came out of my mouth were not the right words. So I'm sorry. So they're giving me this image of this punch bowl that gets filled up, and then we can pour it over. But I love this idea of a blanket that we create where we make. Oh, there's so many videos and there's so many. No, they're talking too fast. There's so many movies where we've seen a chocolate fountain is a great one. That's a great one. Thank you. This is a great analogy. They're showing me these images of movies in my mind where there were generators in the movies. There was one, they're showing me the Atlantis cartoon for Disney, but other movies where there was generators that created this blue electronic shield that protected the city. And they're showing me that kind of a thing. So I love this energy of the chocolate fountain coming down over and in that same kind of way. The energy that they're showing me is lifting up to create this bubble, but there's no reason why it can't, you know, come in the other direction as well. But it's about coming together with that energy of love and compassion and lifting our vibration. And so for me, you know, all you have to do is look at my personal Facebook page to see the struggles that I'm personally having with this as a Jewish woman living in a state in this country that has the most number of Jews and hate groups. And so it's a real yin and yang that goes on here in Florida. But at the same time, we have this real belief that, and so I struggle to get my head around it. I struggle to get, like, how do we go forward? How do we get past this? How do we survive this when there are literally protests of thousands of people across the whole world, literally the world, that are calling for the extermination of one ethnic group over all else? How do we move past this? How do we heal the planet? Because this kind of anger and rage, I don't know that it is healable without some sort of tipping point event. And that's the part that can be overwhelming and scary for the human side of us. And so our job, what's been continually pouring into my head, is our job is to remember that we are not alone, we are not powerless. It feels like we are, because we listen to the news, we listen to the noise, we listen to other people, and everyone has an opinion. And I got to tell you, as a Jewish person, I have had so many of my friends who have reached out to me to say, we love you, we support you, we're with you, we are, you know, standing with this or we're standing with that, and that's awesome. And it means so much. It means so much, especially when, you know, there's people in the world that are calling for your extermination who don't even know you, and these people that would want to kill me and my children and all of those things. It's a scary time. And so those messages of love and support mean everything. At the same time, there are other people who send these messages of love and support, and the very next sentence says, you know, because this is and I'm like, wait a minute, that's not a message of love and support. And so how we get above that, how we climb above that, brings me back to that story of, and I haven't told this story in a really long time, but it has this story, because I'm just giving you all the information, the things that the pictures are showing in my brain. But it's that story of the mule that fell down the well. And the farmer is so, like, distraught about the mule that fell down the well, and there's not really any way to get the mule out. Hey, kitty, you're a spammer. You're banned. Goodbye. Blocked. Bye. See ya. Bye. 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 We have no spammers here, so if you're a spammer, just leave now, because you are banned. Banned. Goodbye, banned. Bye. So when the farmer has this mule that falls down the well, he looks at the well, and it's too narrow, and it's hard to, you know, think, how am I going to get this mule out of the hole in the ground. Thank you, Delora. I pray that same prayer. Delora says, I pray that those with hate are neutralized and peace to all, harm to none. What a beautiful prayer that is. That's perfect. So the farmer says, how am I going to get this mule out of the well, because it's so narrow? There's not a way to get down there and, get like a rope underneath. There's really no way to rescue this poor animal. And so the farmer says, well, I guess I'm just going to have to leave him, but I don't want him to starve to death. So I'm going to I guess it's kinder, I'll bury him. And so he starts shoveling dirt into the hole, and the mule is looking at this. And so the mule hits the dirt hits the mule on the back, and the mule shakes it off and stamps it down. And he, the farmer continues to try and basically bury the animal alive, which I'm not really sure that that's better than starving to death. But the mule continues to shake the dirt off of his back and stamp it down. And so over time, the farmer realizes that the mule is getting higher because he's not being buried by the earth. He's using the earth to climb out. And I love this analogy. And eventually the farmer fills the hole all the way in, and the mule just walks on out, and they all live happily ever after. And isn't that what we all want, right? To be able to live happily ever after in peace, with no hate and no harm, and harm to none, right? And that's really the goal. And so it comes to me as I'm like, how do we move forward? How do we move past this? It is the power of the earth, that general vibration. And you've heard me talk before about the vibration of the earth, the Schumann resonance that has been rising and rising and rising. And so we have this opportunity to use this for good, to use our power for good. One second. To use our collective vibration, to rise the vibration. The Schumann resonance shows the vibration of the earth. The vibration of the earth is rising, rising, rising. The scientists look at that and they go, oh, this is bad. This is a sign of global warming, and this is a sign of something, we don't know, because they're not looking at it from a spiritual point of view. And while it may be a sign of global warming, I don't know, but from the spiritual side of it, the vibration of the planet is rising. And we've talked about this before, about the light is rising and the darkness is rising. And these people who come with hate and violence, that is it has been till now a louder minority. And we have seen the rising of the light be a not so loud majority, so that more people are waking up, more people are coming to these kinds of things, coming to people like us that are being around and wanting to be around, wanting to plug into the light, wanting to be part of the light, wanting to be part of the healing. We are seeing that it's not as loud. There's definitely a hum. There's definitely that piece of that. But we are seeing right now, because it's been where the people who are waking up has been climbing, and the people who are holding on to the status quo, who are clinging to power and violence through violence and oppression at all costs, and who are seeking power. And we're seeing this in all the different places that are taking power, wanting to take power. They seek power for personal gain and not the people's power. So we have in China, we have in India, we have it in Nigeria, we are having in Ukraine, and in what is the other one? Algeria. There's all these countries where people are fighting for land and possession and power, and instead of working together in collaboration for the betterment of all, they're coming in and saying, nope, we want that. And they're taking these things through violent coups and things like that. And we're seeing this, and now with this war in the Middle East, we're seeing this rising of this negative energy is becoming stronger and stronger. And so while we had this going on for a while, right now we're seeing this come along. And so this is the part that we want to, that is making people be afraid and guilty. And so we have this is making us be afraid, then this starts to come down, because we're losing our plug into the universe. We're losing our plug into the light, to source, to love energy. And so it's our responsibility to say, no, we're going to stay plugged in. We can look at the headlines and go, oh God, but then we want to say, okay, please remind us how we stay plugged in. And this is the thing that they're talking about. It's like, we are here, we are here, we are here. And our responsibility as the light workers, as the people who are awake, is to come to that place of the light and to say, oh yes, okay, I see this stuff down here, and I hear it's really noisy and it's getting louder, but I still believe that the light is stronger. This may be very loud. It may be shaking the earth. It may be covered on all the news channels, rightly or wrongly. It may be encompassing more and more people. But I still believe that this is stronger. The light is stronger. The power of our plugging into the light and plugging into each other, and more importantly, we are plugging into each other to the light collectively, like this giant plug going into the outlet allows us to connect not just to each other, but we are connecting collectively to all of ours. We are connecting collectively, not just to each other, but to all of ours. All of our angels, our guides, our loved ones in spirit, the master teachers, the ascended masters, we are all plugging in. It's like plugging in 1,000 extension cords into the energy of Yeshua, Jesus, the master teacher Jesus, or Moses, or Gandhi, or Buddha, or whoever. There are so many higher energy, higher vibrational beings that if we can continue to come together, and if we can continue to raise our vibration and not allow our vibrations to be lowered by this collective grief, this collective fear. And I've seen it on some of the chats, especially in some of like the Jewish moms groups and things, where these women are all talking about, you know, the collective fear and how they all are feeling their energies and their vibrations go down. They're all feeling fearful and depressed and angry and frustrated and all of these low vibration energies, which is totally rational and understandable from a left brain side, but from the right brain side, it makes us more vulnerable as a humanity. We must do what we can for ourselves and for others to keep our vibration higher so that we can carry the load for those people who are feeling lost and feeling their vibrations flounder. Okay? So there are going to be those who are not awake to the light, who are not going to be awake to all of this that's going on, who don't understand that they can plug into something greater. And then there are going to be those of us who do understand that we can not only plug into something greater, but that we amplify that by staying connected to each other. So here's the things that are wanting to be shared. First of all, to take some time, as we heard in Kyle's wonderful words this week of his Monday message, take some time for self. Take a walk, sit quietly, do a little prayer, do a little meditation, something that allows you to connect to grounding, to connect to the light, to connect yourself above as below, to connect to your heart, to expand that heart energy. It could be music, could be talking to a friend, could be watching a movie that fills you with joy, just anything. Could be, you know, like a YouTube video that you saw that was just one of those stories that was so heartfelt, like, you know, the parent came back from the military and surprised the kid and jumped out of a cake, or, you know, those things that just are so heart-wrenching and heart-warming. They just make you want to smile and cry happy tears. These are things that raise our vibration. So if you're not really sure, like, oh, I don't know how to meditate, or yes, you do. If you can close your eyes and breathe, you can meditate. But sometimes, you know, we get a little like, my brain's going too much, I need something else. These things that make us feel grateful and happy, these things that make us feel that love, that raises our vibration. And then we take that love and we share that, this visualization that says, okay, I'm filled up with love. I have so much love for you, people. I know I have so much love for you. And I want to just blow that up like a balloon and expand it, expand it, expand it, and share it with anyone and everyone who needs it. Because there are so many who don't know how to do that. And there's so many who are struggling to hold on to positive thoughts right now. So we must be a tank for them of positive white light energy to be able to help reflate or inflate people who are feeling deflated by this heavy time that we're in for humans, okay? This time will pass. It's going to be a while. This time will pass. And so they don't call us warriors of light for nothing, right? This is the time for us to continue our self-care and lifting up ourselves and filling up ourselves so that we have this strength to endure, to be able to lift others up with our collective vibration. I do believe that if enough people continue the journey and the path to the light and the waking up and infusing themselves with light and love and loving their fellow humans because they are fellow humans, that we will turn this corner. I don't think it's going to be quick. I know it's not going to be quick. And I do believe it's going to be a bit more challenging before it gets better. But I also believe that there will come a turning point, that the world is ready to wake up, to see something bigger and more important is going on, that we are connected in ways we just can't even imagine. And I do feel like there will be a turning point that is going to help humanity to wake up and say, wait a minute, we can't keep going in this direction. We have to do something different. And so that path to change is never easy. So when we can see that humanity is, as we talked about last week, in this throat chakra, screaming for change, whether you agree with what's being screamed or not, or you're screaming something else, humanity is literally screaming for something different. The thing that comes past that, the thing that comes after that, is awakening. It's the third eye that comes. That will not come without pain and loss of life and sadness, but it will come. And so our job is to hold the light and to be the keepers of the light while we are waiting and while these things are being sorted in the world. So it is very easy for us as humans to feel quite powerless in times such as these. And so what I want to remind you, and what I'm being asked to remind you, is we are more powerful than we think. We are more powerful when we stay plugged into divine light and stay connected to each other. That when we understand that there is a purpose to all things, whether we understand it or not, when we stay in a higher vibration, we can weather these storms in a better, easier way. It's never easy to watch things fall apart and people be hurt, but we can weather the storms more easily when we are staying connected to the light. I will tell you that, and I have said this, oh look, Ascension Guidance, you're a spammer, you get to be banned. Banned. See you, bye. If you're a spammer, just go, because we don't have any tolerance for spammers. I have said this in a lot of times over the years, that we look at things like, I'm going to use this as my phone charger. Yes, it says Mary Kay on it, but it's a battery pack that kind of serves the purpose. This really pretty picture right here. And then underneath of it, there's like nothing. There's just like the words and the disclaimers of, don't electrocute yourself and that kind of stuff. And so if we think of when we look up to the sky and we're looking up to the higher, the angels and the guides and loved ones and spirit and ascended masters and all of them, there is a tapestry, there is a picture that they can see that is being created through humanity's actions here on Earth School. When we look up there, we see either nothing or a giant mess. And we look up there and we go, what the heck are you all doing up there? Because, and I'll use the analogy of like a needlepoint or a tapestry. If you've ever seen that, you have like this beautiful picture on the front, and on the back of it, it's all like knots and threads going in every direction, and it's like a mess. So we look up and we go, what is that? And they're going, but trust us, it's beautiful, and it's going to be beautiful if you can trust us. And so our job is to stay connected to that light so that we can, even though we can't see the beautiful picture, we can trust that it's there on the other side. So there is some higher evolution. I don't want to say there's some purpose to all this violence and madness, because I don't know that there is, but I do know that there's a higher evolution that's part of this period of time that humanity finds itself in, because we are, like I said, very much in this throat chakra time coming into, because the next place that we go in humanity's evolution through the chakras is to the ears and the ajna. So, and if you want, on my channel on Medium, the writing platform, I did a whole blog post about humanity's evolution through the chakras through the last couple hundred years. So we are absolutely in this time of the voice, the throat chakra, the mouth, the screaming, the yelling, the calling to be heard. And we saw that come in with, the women. What was it called? The women who said no more sexual harassment and time's up. And we saw it with Black Lives Matter. And we saw it with the women's marches. We saw March for Our Lives. So many things that are, people are using their voices to say enough. We need to be heard. We need to be seen. We need to be included. And so we're seeing all of this, and we're seeing this globally now. People are using their voices. And again, whether you agree with what they're, yelling or not, Me Too, thank you, the Me Too movement, and whether you agree with what they're yelling or not is not the point. The point is that people have come all the way through the evolution, and here's where we are. And so the thing that comes after the throat and the mouth, that yelling and the using the words and the needing to be heard, the thing that comes next is the ears, because yes, there's chakras in our ears. They're not part of that main 7 that we see in the pretty pictures, but we have thousands of chakras in the body. We have ear chakras, and then we have the third eye. So we are moving to this place where humanity is on the precipice of massive shift. So Ellie says revolution is coming, and so we'll have to wait and see what that's going to look like, of who are the parties, the factions involved in revolution. But the most important part for us at this moment is to keep ourselves and our families and our loved ones safe, and also to make sure that we are filling ourselves with light and love and keeping our vibrations high, which can be very challenging as we are, if you're tuning into news and things. But there is absolutely something more going on here. There is something more. There is, Ellie says revolution. There, for me, I use the word evolution. There is evolution that is happening before our eyes right now. So I pulled this card. So I grabbed a couple decks today because I wasn't sure where I was feeling to be. So, I love to start with the Stephen Farmer's Animal Spirit. So I grabbed the whale. This is the humpbacked whale. It says music is essential to your healing and well-being, whether singing or playing an instrument or listening. And, we love music. So it is about well-being, right? This card is about well-being, about things to help you plug into keeping yourself connected, keeping yourself grounded, keeping yourself connected up into above is below. I love things like binaural beats. And just kind of have it on in the background, even though, whether or not it's in my ears, if I really need to focus, I'll put my headphones in. But if it's just like I need to be aware also of my outer environment, I'll just put it on in the background, because you will still get benefit from it. But it is about that self-care, right? Keeping ourselves safe. This is what we're talking about, is keeping ourselves safe. It is definitely time for the women to be the leaders, Delora. I 1,000% agree. The women are the leaders, because, we can get shit done without all this damn violence. It's definitely time for the women to be leaders. I noticed that in the situation with the United States House of Representatives of getting a Speaker of the House, it was all white men. There was no women. How come no women were put on the list? How come no women were being considered? Regardless of what your party was, how come no women? Women. Agreed. And I'm not saying that we're better than men. I'm just saying we do stuff differently. Women used to rule the world, and wouldn't it be nice if we could have some parity in that again? What a difference it could make. All right. So, I've chosen I kind of put my hands out for the different card boxes that are sitting on my desk here. And I pulled out Colette Baron Reed's Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Immediately we have a jumper card. It says time to go. So this is interesting because this is time to go. This is little top of the mountain. This is card 45. 4 and 5 is 9, which means we're coming to the end of a chapter. We're coming to the end an evolution, and we're moving, getting ready to move into another way, another place. And so Chris says we don't need governing, we need momming. Boy, isn't that the truth? Some folks just need a good old parenting right now. So, but we are coming to the end of something. It's like the climax of a movie, and we're watching it happen in real time as we're coming to the end of, the long 3-hour, Avatar movie. There's the big, battle scene or whatever it is. But there's the big climax of the emotions and the shaking up of the reality, and then, the coming together and the picking up of the pieces. And so that's really where we are. Is coming into the climax of the movie. So stay tuned, because that there hopefully won't be a sequel, but that it will have a happy ending in the end. So okay, so this is I ask always in that first card, that was a jumper card, so we never discard jumper cards. We always respect them. They can jump out of my hands, out of the deck for a reason. But we have the next card is the Fates, and if you it's just this reminder that we are supported by so much more than we know. And again, what we were just talking about keeping ourselves tapped into those things that are supporting us, that higher guidance, the higher wisdom, the light, and all of those things. There can be popcorn if you need it. Absolutely. Just make sure you floss. So that we are being guided and supported in the Fates, in so much of there's so much more power and strength and support and love that's available to us from the higher realms, if we can remember to access it and welcome it, and tune into it. So I think that's the really important part that's there. And so where do we go from here? Ooh, another jumper card, as I say. Where do we go from here? It's the Milk and Honey. And so this is the Milk and Honey card. The Milk and Honey card reminds us to hold on to the green pastures, hold on to the light. Look, we even have the rainbow in this card that says, that's God's promise to not destroy the earth. So that's very encouraging to us that he put the bow in the sky. In Judaism, we read the Bible, the Torah, every year, and literally last week was the story of Noah, as we start the Torah all over again. The Fates card is number 17, so 1 and 7 is 8, that number. And in the Milk and Honey card is 51, so 5 and 1 is 6. But you can see this spread that's, bountiful, spread out in front of you, and it is literally this pot of golden honey, and honey is sweet, and it is healing and nurturing. Honey is such a healing element, and here's the other part of that. Honey comes from the bees. The bees literally are the key to life on our planet, right? We have to support the bees. We have to protect the bees, because the bees pollinate the flowers, and that includes the flowers that come up to, turn into fruit and vegetables. That is the flowers that feed the birds with the pollen, that make the eggs, or that make, any of the other things that happen in our world. The bees are so integral to the survival of humanity. So we have this beautiful golden honey. It reminds us of the power of nature, reminds us of the power of loving and nurturing and supporting each other. And again, reminds us to tap into that higher power, that the bow is in the sky, that shows us that we are A, not alone, and B, that they are watching, and that they are there to support and to assist. Okay. I love the bow as the promise that God will not destroy the earth again. And so for all of the things that are going on right now that feels like, are we going to destroy ourselves or not? That bow is the promise that God will not destroy the earth again. So, I see a lot of people talking about, God is watching what is happening. And I don't know if God is watching or not, but I know that our angels and guides and loved ones and the ascended masters are definitely watching. Dolores says, honey is produced by working together with a common goal. I love that, because she's 100% right. 100% right. So, all right. So somebody had asked me for an individual card. So hang in there with me, because we'll do the individual cards in a minute, just after we get done with the collective card reading, and we'll start doing some individual cards. And just for those who are watching, and I mean no offense by this, but if you are watching, and especially on Facebook, and you're a spammer, just leave right now, because as soon as you start posting messages, we will ban you from the page. So you're better off to just go now and not have to you know, that way you'll be free to spam us another day. Okay, so here's a last card. This is the here and now card, and this reminds us that with everything that is going on in the world right now that is happening, it's really important for us to still stay present in the moment. Don't get sucked down the rabbit hole of negativity. Stay present in the moment, because look where she is. She's sitting on top of the egg. She's birthing the new, you know, this is life, and this is the support that she has, and that she is sitting on the top in the sunshine, with her little flag going, I'm at the top, okay, well, here we are. And she's looking all around, and she is deciding, like, am I going to the past or the present or the future? And she's not looking to the past, okay? So the past is over here. She's not looking to the past. She's looking to the future. She's staying present in the moment. She's got a little bit turned toward that future. She's not looking to the past. She's staying present in the moment. And so even for all the things that are going on for us right now, and it is a very loud, noisy time in the world, that we want to stay present in that moment. We want to stay in that in the place of love and light, right? We want to stay in this place of harmony, in this place of the egg is possibility. The egg is potential. The egg is, the card number is 32, so 5. So it's really interesting. We're seeing these card numbers come down, right? So we started with the card that added up to be 9. And so we're seeing the numbers that are still 5 and above, but we're watching all these last couple of cards that came down. So in the Fates we had 17, it was 8. And then in Milk and Honey was 51, so that's 6. And then this card is 32, is 5. So we're seeing the numbers come down, which tells us it's not that we're going backwards, but again, it just reminds us that we want to go forwards, that that we're not done yet, right? We had moved forward. We had made progress. We had, nope, Mary Johnson, you are a spammer and you're banned. Bye. Bye. See you. Goodbye. Banned, banned, banned. Spammers be banned. So if you are a spammer, go away, because we will ban you. Like, bye-bye. Banned forever. Okay, so thanks, Chris. So we see these numbers going in reverse order, and it just reminds us that there's a lot going on. It's not indicative that we're going in the wrong direction. You know, it is indicative of we still have work to do. Okay, and so we have made progress, and we're backsliding a little bit, and so it becomes up to us to stay here in the here and now, be present in the moment, to help move ourselves forward, focusing on the fact that there is good stuff happening around us, that we know that there is a lot of possibility for future abundance, honey is liquid gold. So there is a lot of possibility for future abundance and future healing, because honey is also very healing. I'll tell you, when I had a lung infection and could not stop coughing, there was like mold on our roof, and then we had it cleaned off. I had inhaled some of it and got a lung infection back in January, and I just could not stop coughing. And I will tell you something, that honey, like, I had an inhaler, I had all these things. Honey was the only thing that just really just completely calmed and helped me so much. And I'll tell you, I'm not a huge fan of honey, but I definitely changed my opinion, like just the taste of it. But I definitely changed and total respect for honey. And also just the way it is created, because honey is created out of collective energy to make something better and bigger and beautiful for the world. And I love that bee energy, the honeybee energy. And so then we have this reminder to tap into the fates, to tap into those that are of higher vibration than we are, that we are not alone. For everything that is going on right now, that we are not alone. There is that higher image, that pretty tapestry, that image that we can't see it, but it is still being developed and created and manifested and artistically crafted from places that we cannot see. Okay, and we trust into that, and we know that we're not alone. And the more that we can keep our own vibrations high, and keep ourselves tapped into each other, that we amplify each other, that we will get through all of these things. So we are at a turning point. We are absolutely at a turning point in humanity's evolution. But we are reminded every single day that we are not in it alone, and we are not being abandoned by spirit. Okay. Hello, beautiful people. Hope everyone is doing well. What a wonderful way to greet everyone, Julie. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, here is the deal. If you would like to have a card reading, when I say not yet, it is imperative to say, may I please have a card? Now, here are the rules. Don't do it yet. Don't click the button. Here are the rules. Okay. Because what happens is I can only see this much, so don't do it yet. Trust me, please don't do it yet. I can only see this much of a window of the comments. And so what happens is if the comments get too far ahead, then I skip people unintentionally. Okay, so we go by a first come, first serve, the order that I see the comments. But please keep in mind that while you may be seeing a bigger picture of the comments, I can only see a few at a time based on the window that Facebook has given me here. So we will go in the order that I have that I see you. If I miss you, please do add one comment more to the bottom to say, me, you forgot me, and I will get back with you, I promise. We'll do as many as I have time for. And have energy for. These are card readings. It's not usually mediumship, though some things might come through. If we have too many spammers, we will have to stop. And so we'll just continue to block the spammers as they are. And if you have questions, like a specific question that you want to have around your card, you don't have to tell it in the chat. You can if you choose to. You don't have to. But what you can do is just hold that question in your mind, in your heart, and so when it's your turn, that the card will come to you appropriately. Okay, so you can put it in the chat. You don't have to. You just hold your question in your heart. And there was somebody who had messaged me last week afterwards that got missed, and I said, just let me know this week and we'll make sure to get to you. And I can't remember who that was, so if that's you, let me know and we will try to get that taken care of. See, look, there's Liza. We're gonna ban you. Bye. See you. Bye. The minute we start doing the individual readings, the spammers come because they think I'm not paying attention. So spammers, be gone, because I will ban you like that. We have zero tolerance. So zero tolerance for spammers. All right. So, all right. Here's what I have. I have Belinda, Kimmy, and Julie. Those will be the first three. And we're going to go quick because there's a lot of you today. Belinda. Okay. So Belinda, you've got soulmates, but it comes in upside down. And so the soulmate card, Belinda. Okay, so if you have put a comment in, everybody just hold your comments, because again, it's going to push up the ones and I can't be able to see it. So I'm going to try and get to everybody, but just don't anybody put more comments in, because then it will push up the people. And so let's take a pause for comments, and then I will open it back up in once, as soon as we get through a few, okay? So, because there's a lot of people today, which is so exciting. So hang tight. We will open the comments back up again in a second. So Belinda, this is about soulmates. This is about, it's not just about, it's not a romantic thing, but it is about a relationship. And so wanting to have a relationship, that you're looking for somebody that you can trust, you're looking for someone you can talk to, you're looking for somebody that you are able to be your truest self with, Belinda. So this is really about keep giving you the opportunity to connect with somebody where you can be your truest self, because it's coming in upside down, which is saying that you're not in a position right now to be your truest self with someone who is closest to you. And so they're talking about, this card is saying, listen, you got to turn this back upside down. So that means either an honest conversation with somebody who is around you that you're feeling like you're putting on this mask for, or that this is a possibility of distancing yourself, that person is not the soulmate, that person is not the person who is having your best interest at heart. And so giving yourself the opportunity to clear the decks there, especially while we're in this full moon energy, it's coming up that way. So Belinda, we want to really see you turn this upside down so that you are in a partnership. And again, it's not a romantic partnership, but in a partnership with somebody where you can be your true authentic self. Okay? All right. So, okay. So we have Kimmy Smith. All right. So we have Kimmy. And all right, so we're just having the comments closed for right now, just so that we can catch up, because there's so many of you today, which is awesome. Ellie and Gina, I see you. So we're going to get back over to Instagram as well. Chris, I see you as well. So Kimmy, card for Kimmy. And then we're going to open the comments back up in a second. So Kimmy, this is not for you. Kimmy, this card says not for you. So wherever that question is that is in your mind, Kimmy, this is telling you this is not the right time for that. So this is this place where you are sitting where you're like, yeah, I think I want that. They're saying this is not the right time for that. So just to put a pin in it, it's not to say that it won't come back around to you in another opportunity, but the timing isn't right for this right now. So this is just, we want to wait. Kimmy, this is a time for a lot of people to step back and to just take a breath and give these big decisions some space. This is definitely not the time for big decisions. And so Kimmy, this is talking about just right now is just not the perfect time. Okay, so we want to oh, Eugene Mary, you're a spammer, you're banned, see ya, bye. Okay, and so the problem with the spammers is that they push the comments up where I can't see them. So that's why I have you all paused for a second with these comments. Okay, so that's Kimmy. Julie Parsons, a card for Julie Parsons. Ooh, something about marriage. Cool. All right, so we're going to come back to that in a minute. Okay, so Julie Parsons, this is Treasure Island. So Julie, this comes in upside down. So spammers, we're banning you. So as soon as you make a comment, we're going to ban you. So just go. Just leave right now, because I'm just going to ban you. Oops. All right, so Julie Parsons. So this is Treasure Island. It tells you that you have everything that you need to be successful, to be grounded, to be happy. You have everything that you need inside of you. And so but it comes in upside down because you're not believing that, you're not trusting that. And so this is the reminder that you are more powerful, more capable than you think that you are. So this is this reminder, Julie, that you can turn this upside down. You don't need to worry about other people's judgments or opinions or anything like that. This is really that you can stand in your own. And it's this reminder to take a minute to say, listen, what is it that I want? Shh, everybody else, what is it that I want? Because see, the turtle, he's swimming by himself, okay? He's swimming all by himself. There's no other fish in the sea, because he doesn't need to worry about what other people are thinking about and seeing about. So this is just this reminder, Julie, that you have it all like in you. Oh, Moon Owens, you're a spammer, so banned, goodbye, see you, bye. Okay, so Julie, you have everything inside of you that you need. You have all of the skills, the intelligence, the heart. You have all of these things, Julie, and it's just safe for you to shut out everybody else and to follow your own path, okay? All right, so I'm going to leave that with you, and so we come back up here to Julie. Okay, so we are going to do Anne, and then Lynn, and Ellen. Okay, Anne, is there a future for your person? Is there coming like an engagement or marriage? Okay, the answer is I don't know. Okay, I don't answer questions like that because there's a lot of humans have free will and there's a lot of variables. So what I will say as far as that goes, let me reframe the question for you to have a more successful question is, what do I need to know about this situation for my highest and best good, Anne? Because I can look at this and I can say, oh, absolutely, he's going to propose. But what if he turns out 2 years from now to be like a colossal jerk, Anne? So we don't want to be like, totally marry that guy because, or yes, there's an engagement coming. What if it's not the right thing? So here's what I want to say to this question is, what does Anne need to know for her highest and best good for this particular situation with her partner, Mike? What does Anne need need to know for her highest and best good. Okay, so this is a leg up. So, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. I see all your thank yous. I really appreciate it. So this is a leg up. So this is about helping each other. Okay, so this is card 34. So 3 and 4 is 7. And this is about asking for, what do you need to learn from this situation? If there are things that you are looking at in this relationship and where you are looking at this and you're saying to yourself, boy, I wish I could change this, and boy, I wish I could change that, and maybe once we're married I'll be able to do all those things, then that should be a warning sign for you. This relationship is showing you that this is a leg up. This is trying to teach you, it's not getting a leg up on the competition, but it is about moving forward, right? You're stepping up. You are getting a boost to raise to a higher level. Is that with this person? Is this person somebody who is a balcony person is for you? Is this person who loves you and supports you unconditionally? Then yay, we want to move forward in that person. If you are feeling you're being walked all over, or you are walking all over this person, then that tells you something about that as well. So this card tells you a leg up. So you are asking for help. And so what I'm saying with this card is ask your heart, ask your higher guidance for help of, what do I need to know about this relationship, and how do I feel? Do I feel unconditionally loved and supported? Do I feel like I am walking all over him, or he is walking all over me? These are the questions to ask. More important than, is there a ring coming? Is this the right relationship for me to be in, for my highest and best good, for myself to go forward, for my further development? When I feel into that and I'm listening into that, I'm not convinced, okay? I'm not convinced. So I want to encourage you to take some time to ask these questions. Are you looking for a ring because we've been together for a long time, that we are looking for some kind of a firm commitment from this person so that I'm not wasting my time? Is it an ego thing? What is it that is behind that question? And then really taking that step back, which we talked about before, about this full moon energy of taking a step back to look at and say, well, what is it that I need to learn in this time period? This is not the full moon energy, especially with eclipse and everything, is not the time to be making big decisions, but really this is asking you, what is the energetic dynamic of this relationship? Okay, I like to look at relationships and see these good, strong, independent energies. Okay, Philip, I see you, my friend. I see you, honey. But we work in the order of coming, the comments. And all you're doing with putting the comments is making it hard for me to see the people that are here before you. So just hang in there with me, okay? We're going to get to you, I promise. And so in looking at this relationship, I'm looking for strong, independent energies that blend well together. Nobody is one on top of the other, okay? And we're not like codependent. We're not estranged. We're having nice, good, balanced energy that we're feeding off each other and we're lifting each other together. Okay, so I hope that helps you, Anne, for you to be able to have some different questions to ask about this situation, okay? All right, so we're going to have Lynn and Ellen. And so we have the comments paused for just a second while we catch up a little bit. And then we have the folks on Instagram that are waiting as well. So we're going to do Lynn and Ellen, and then we're going to come back because there's lots and lots of people asking for cards today. And Delora. All right, so Belinda, we did already. So we're going to do Lynn, Ellen, and Delora. And then we're going to go over to Instagram, okay? And Philip, I see you. I promise we're coming back. Okay, so Lynn. This card comes in Observer, but it comes in upside down, okay? It comes in upside down. And so the Observer card reminds us that we want to look a little deeper. The Observer card reminds us, especially when it comes in upside down, that we want to look a little deeper at that situation. And yes, there can be a future. Absolutely, there can be a future. But I feel like you want to get very clear about where you are, about how this energy is structured in the relationship. Yes, there absolutely can be a future. But again, I think there's some other questions that need to be asked first. Okay, so my apologies. Let me go back to Lynn. So this is the Observer card. It's upside down, and it is about turning it right side up. It's about taking a deeper look and not. We want to look a little further, like looking out into space, right? Because you've got the little telescope that's going on here. See how he's got the feet sprayed apart, and he's still sitting on all that potential, right? Sitting on the egg of all this potential, but looking at what is out there. So we want to look beyond. And so it feels like you may be caught up in the minutia of the current situation, and to be able to look a little past that as well. So we want to just encourage you to look at the situation a little bit deeper, okay? All right, Ellen. We've got Ellen and Delora, and then we're going to jump over to Instagram, okay? And, all right, so Ellen, this fate, so we saw this card already today. The fate's just, Ellen, you want to trust in that you're not alone. You're being supported more than you know. So you can lean into that and just know that they got you, that they're supporting you, asking help from your higher guidance, from your soul team, your spirit team, to be able to lean more into that, okay? So that you have more support that's around you. Don't let the noise from the outside cut you off from your higher self and from your higher guidance, Ellen. Okay, so Delora, may I please have a card regarding action? Okay, so we're going to have a card for Delora regarding action. What does Delora need to know? Oh, okay, so this is the thinker card that comes in upside down, Delora. So the thinker card is, yes, we're thinking and we're pondering, but this is upside down, which is telling us that it's the time for thinking is done. Okay, so this is the time for you to get in the game. You have already thought about this. You've already weighed out the pros and cons. You already know what is in your heart that you want to do, that maybe you've been a little bit afraid to do, maybe nervous to take that risk, take that step. And so they're saying this is time to stop thinking. This is the time for you to go forward. So you're sitting and thinking, and that when you're doing this upside down, it's that we get analysis paralysis, right? And so the card, I think, is perfect for you, that you have asked about action, and what they're saying is, yes, it is absolutely time for you to get in motion. So hopefully that is helpful for you, my friend Delora. And Belinda, we already did. All right, so we're going to skip over to Instagram, and we'll do Gina and Ellen. And then we're going to come back over to Facebook. So Facebook, folks, so just hold on for a minute. And so we've got Gina. And so Gina, this is time to go. Gina, this is time to go. So those places where you have been staying too long at the party, where you have been waiting for something to change, for like that different outcome, like I'm just going to wait, it's going to get better, things are going to change. This is about trying something new. Okay, so this is time to go. Gina, it's time to try something different, right? Where we continue to do the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So this is time to try something new. So, and for Gina, no, that was Gina. This is Ellen. Ellen, this is the orphan card. It comes in upside down for you. The orphan card reminds us that, we may feel like we're alone, but we are not, that we can, that we are feeling disconnected. And so this is this reminder that it can be up to us to reconnect and to stay connected and dialed in. So when we have these cards, this orphan card, it's not about losing loved ones, but it is about cocooning ourselves. And with a lot of things that are going on in the world right now, it's been very easy for people to just kind of I can't hear you. And so, Gina, this is this reminder, Ellen, this is this reminder, Ellen, that this is not the time for you to shy away, that it is the relationships. Now, I do want to say about using discernment for your relationships, of who are you allowing to get close to, who are you choosing to spend time with, who is, and what is feeding your soul, and allowing those things to nurture you. So it's important to stay connected, to get connected, so that you are having a place to be nurtured and filled up, not just from nature. I know you have this beautiful nature spaces near you, but allowing other things, humans, to help fill you up as well. We need to have the human part too. So don't cut yourself off. Okay. And Fatima. Okay, so yes, card for Fatima. This is serendipity. Serendipity reminds us to that the fates and that the things that are coincidences around us are not coincidences. These are things that are trying to get our attention. Spirit is going, hello, can you look over here, please, we're trying to get your attention. So this is reminding you that there's more going on than what meets the eye, and that it's important for you to pay attention to those things that look like a coincidence, because Spirit is trying to get your attention. Spirit is trying to help guide you. So don't brush those things off as like, oh, it's just a coincidence. Isn't that weird? Don't brush those things off, okay? All right, so we're going to come back over to Facebook. And thank you all so much for your patience. Yay, I really appreciate it. Okay, so we left off with Claudette, Dorothy, and Chris. And then we'll have Philip is going to be after that. So Claudette, Dorothy, and Chris. Okay, and Claudette has asked for a card. So Claudette, this card for you is Higher Power. And this is card number 4. I love the 4s because it's very much about the 4 legs of the chair and that support, and just reminding you how strong you are, reminding you that you have all the abilities inside of you, that you can tap into the higher power, you can tap into your higher power, into other higher powers, that you are not alone, but you have this whole... It's like plugging into a battery. You have so much more that's there that you can tap into. And don't forget, it's so easy when we get into stressful situations to be like, I got to figure it all out for myself. And they're like, no, we are here. We are here. So Claudette, and I know that you have, I know that Claudette has a real spiritual connection. And so it feels like there may be something that they're trying to go deeper with you, Claudette, that there's an evolutionary step up level in that as well. Knowing that you're powerful, more powerful than you are thinking, and to be able to tap into something that is more than what you've been tapping into. So there's another door behind the door is what they're showing me, Claudette. So hopefully that makes sense for you. All right, Dorothy. Dorothy, this is the Y card, and it comes in upside down. And so Dorothy, this reminds us, and see, she's opening up the door, right? And so all the book and the wings are coming out of the book to set her free and to remember, I just feel like I'm talking so fast. Dorothy, this is to remind you why, to remind you. And so when it comes in upside down, it's like we've gotten disconnected from our higher purpose. We've got disconnected from the things that are true to our soul, the things that are deep in our heart that we really want to tap into, the things that we really would like to, boy, if I had all the whatever in the world, what would I do? Or if I, if I had... if I could do anything, what would it be? And so there's this place of forgetting what you truly want. We get caught up in the noise around us, and we get caught up in the doing for others, that we forget what it is that we truly want, that feeds our soul, that will feed our heart, and will allow us to be of more service to others and make a bigger impact in the world for raising vibrations and things like that. And so it's not forgetting the why, because when we are plugged into ourselves and we are feeding our own souls, filling up our own bucket, then we are stronger to be able to be more of a light and a conduit for those around us, and to make a bigger impact on the world. So we can get caught up in all the things I oughta and I shoulda and I need to and all those things. And so this is this reminder that to really take some time to look into, like, well, what do I want? What do I want? So this is really about about Dorothy. What do I want? So it's time for you. All right, Chris Judd. I'm so sorry that you're feeling like you're going to lose your job. What are the next steps? Let's see. What does Chris need to know about the current situation? Okay, so this card is to the sea. This card is to the sea, and the card number is 7. So there may very well be a coming to the end of this chapter of your life. But if you'll notice that she's like not looking around, she's not in a panic, and the telescope is behind her facing backwards, and she's looking forwards. Okay, so keeping your options open, keeping your heart open, looking for what you want, looking for what is next for you. If you are losing the job, I know that is a very scary thing, but there is something else that may be out there for you in just looking at because what this card shows me is there's calm seas, calm seas are around her. She's going forward. She's going forward with no sails, no wind, no nothing. She's just being called forward. She's being led forward. And she's going without a panic. And so the thing I want you to understand is, if you are about to have a job transition, that know that it is for your highest and best good. And so the question I would ask to the universe is, if I'm closing this door, show me to help me to be open to the options, the next opportunities that are going to be for my highest and best good. If this door is going to close for me, please help me be open to the next options that are going to be for my highest and best good going forward. So it is to the sea, which means there is a journey, an adventure, a new opportunity, but it is not a time to panic about it, because we think that we may be, coming to the end of a job. It can be really easy to panic. And so this is reminding you not to panic, and that there's no reason for that kind of energy, that you are being supported. She's being carried along on calm seas and being able to move forward in that way. Okay. So I hope that helps you, my dear friend. Okay. And so, all right. So Philip is next. And then we'll have Bianca. And, okay. All right, so Philip has asked for some help, so I'm going to just shuffle these cards back up, and we'll have Philip and Bianca. Okay. Did I just skip somebody in there? Okay. Yeah, Philip and Bianca. Okay. And then Kathleen. Okay, Philip, Bianca, and Kathleen. Got it. Okay. Philip, Bianca, and Kathleen. Okay, Philip, the question is, what does Philip need to know for his highest and best good for the current situation that he finds himself in? So this pops up again is the Y card, which you just heard me to say. And this is the right side up version of this card. So this is just understanding that what is it that, knowing what you really want out of the situation. I know you're asking for help, but I'm not clear if you know what kind of help that you need. And so this is reminding you, and I'm going to pull one more card, but this is reminding you that it's for you to get clear about what you want from the situation before that you are before you are going in an actual direction. You have to know where it is that you want to go. It's like getting in your car with the GPS, Philip, where you get in the car, and if you don't set the GPS to the destination and knowing where you want to go, then the car is like, well, we're just driving. Okay, we're just driving. So it's going to be important for you to know what it is that you want from the situation, what outcome it is that you are looking for before you start looking for the actions to take. Okay. The other thing that comes in is this is the yin card that was coming upside down. So this is the feminine energy, and this is just this reminder that you are to just slow down. Okay, so when we have the yin energy is a more feminine energy, and it is this reminder to slow down. And you can see that even in just the messages of help, 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 help. And I hope that this is helpful for you, my friend. But it's just this reminder that you're not slowing down. And when you couple that with the first card of why, this is this reminder to just, okay, step back, take a breath. We can feel that it's a panic right now, and get clear about what it is that you are wanting for yourself, and to just move slowly and not feel like you need to fix everything right this second. That you are able to just take a breath and say, okay, what is it that I need? And I'll tell you the thing that I say in the mornings when I wake up is, Ascended Masters, angels and guides, thank you for this day. What is it that I need to know for my highest and best good to help move me forward on my path and to help others along the way? Okay. Ascended Masters, angels and guides, thank you for this day. What is it I need to know to help for my highest and best good to help me move forward on my path and to help others along the way? Okay, so what is it that you need to know today for your highest and best good to help you move forward? Because I feel like you are so in a panic that it's hard to understand clearly what it is that you want, not necessarily what you should or what others, but what do you want? And so I would say take some breaths, take a beat, and sit with that of what it is that I want. What does Philip want? And then you'll have a clearer idea of how to go forward. And then we're going to send you lots of love and prayers. Okay. So we are going to Bianca and Kathleen. Okay. and then we will open the cards back, the comments back up. So if somebody else wants to, you're welcome, Claudette, Bianca and Kathleen, and then if there are others that want to, that have not commented yet, we can open the comments back up. So Bianca, this is breathe, and it comes in upside down. So this is a reminder again for you also to slow it down, take a breath, and just let your head get a little empty, and then you also will have some clarity about how to move forward, okay? So there's so many times that we are like, I got it, that we no longer know what direction we're going. We're just spinning, and we're not able to hear spirit guidance in our head or our heart. And so this is just this reminder for you also to just take a step, take a minute, slow it down, take a breath. Sorry, it's being glary on the card. Take a breath and just know that there's not a rush for you to do something right this minute, Bianca, okay? And just take a beat, okay? All right, Philip, you are very welcome. I truly hope that helps you. All right, Kathleen, co-create, and this also comes in upside down. Everybody is upside down today, full moon energy, right? So Kathleen, this is co-create. So this is this reminder that you're not alone. This is the reminder that you have so much other help that's with you, and it is also this reminder, Kathleen, don't be stubborn. Don't be stubborn. Okay, co-creating, if you're upside down, you're refusing help, or you're not allowing others to come in and collaborate, or you're not taking other suggestions, things like that. So this is a great reminder to say, I got to be a little open in my head to hear what others have to say, because they might have great ideas that I can incorporate, right? I don't have to give up control, but to allow others to be part of the process will make, one, the load lighter for you to have to carry. You don't have to carry it all yourself, Kathleen, but to be able to let others to provide input, because there's maybe perspectives that you're missing that can help open it up for you, to open up sometimes I talk about keeping our blinders on and staying in our lane, but this is really saying Kathleen needs to open it up a little bit. We need to take those blinders off right now. Okay, we can put them back on for concentration and focus later, but right now we want to open up your heart, and we want to say that there's a stubbornness that is sticking in there, Kathleen. So, and it's not a judgment thing. We all love you. It's not a judgment thing. We can all dig in our heels for things, right? And so sometimes we just need that reminder that we're just like, yeah, we guess we could stop doing that. So, because sometimes we don't even notice we're digging in our heels on something, right? All right, if you have not asked for a card and you would like one, now is the time to go ahead and put in the chat, I would like a card, please. Me does not cut it. It needs to be like, yes, I want a card, because energetically you're opening your energy and giving me permission to come in there. So I always want to make sure that we have permission for that. So anybody that would like to have a card, I will say, while we open that back up, I want to say thank you for your patience, because, oh my goodness, there's been so many of you today, which is amazing, and I love that. I'm very grateful for you to choose to spend some time with us today, but an appreciation of your patience with the comments, because if we get so many comments, then it's hard for me to keep up with them. So we have this card while we're reading is the All That Glitters card that jumped out while I was shuffling after Kathleen's reading. That this is just this reminder that not everything that is shiny is, it might not be all it's cracked up to be, and that it is okay to look a little deeper, not to be fooled by, the outer appearances and things like that. You're so welcome, Kathleen, Bianca, you're so welcome. Not to be fooled by outer appearances. You're so welcome, my love, Chris. Because we can, look at things, and I'll tell you, like, one of my favorite, still to this day, my favorite chair that I have, and I'm not telling you where it is in my house, but I have my favorite chair. My husband and I literally took it out of the trash room in our apartment in LA, like almost 30 years ago, because the cat got out of the house and ran across. So we had our apartment that have four doors that face this way, and then another apartment building that have 4 doors that face this way, so I had a little courtyard in the middle, and the cat ran across the courtyard and into the trash room of the building next door. And in this building was this gorgeous chair that I just absolutely fell in love with, but the ugly fabric, but it was a gorgeous chair, and we recovered it, and it is still one of my favorite places to sit in my house. So, it's could have been a piece of junk, but we fixed it all up and cleaned it up and put new, stuffings in it, and made this beautiful chair that's been in my home for, so many years. You probably wouldn't even know which chair it was, even if you came here. So that's just a reminder that, all that, oh, look, Yes, 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 yes. So look at all the pumpkins and sunflower seeds. I love it, and the moons. So it's just as a reminder to be not to be fooled by things that look maybe too good to be true, or that things that are shiny, shiny, shiny. So somebody might come to you with like a big beautiful engagement ring or something, but maybe there's something more underneath of it. So just, and I'm not talking about any specific engagement ring, it's just an example. So just, all that glitters, everything that might not be exactly what it appears to be. So, all right, so we're going to do Diana. Welcome. Look at all those emojis. We've got sunflowers and hearts and fireworks and stars and pumpkins and all kinds of fun things. And those look like new moons. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, so we're going to have Diana, and we're going to have last call for folks who want a card reading. So let me know, and we're going to have last call. So for Diana, we have this card Y that came up. It just jumped out of the deck, but I'm not going to read that just because we have seen that card come up a couple times already, so you can check it out on the replay what that means. Also interesting. So this is also the Yin card, but it came in a minute ago. The Yin card came up a minute ago, came up upside down. So this is the feminine energy, right? This is that card that reminds us to stand in our feminine power. It reminds us to nurture, and that it's safe for us to nurture from a place of strength, right? A lot of times we see this, oh, they're soft, they're, feminine, people who don't understand how strong the women are. And so this is this reminder, Diana, that you have so much strength, even in your femininity, that you have this ability to stand strong in your female energy, and to own that female energy, and not to ever shy away from it. So you are, you might be a newbie, but you are opening yourself up to, to connection to who you really are. And so as you are opening up to that connection, just know that you are safe to stand in the strength of who you choose to be, and who your soul came here to be. And that if you're not sure what that is right now, then take a beat. We're seeing a lot of this in this Taurus full moon with the eclipse, to just take a beat. That message has come up over and over again today, to just take a breath and to allow yourself some minutes to just, okay, let me just let go of all this other stuff. What do I want and need to know for me? What do I need to know for my highest and best good? This is a question I ask every single day. What do I need to know today for my highest and best good, to help me move forward on my path and to be of service for others? Oh, look, you are a spammer. Band, goodbye. Good night. Bye. See you, bye. Band. Okay, so Diana, just to be able to take a breath and say, okay, what do I need to know for my highest and best good today? And to be, I love you so much, Christian. And to be able to just take a breath, okay? It's great to be a newbie, to be waking up to all this amazing energy and all the powers of the universe is incredible, but we want to make sure that we're not getting like ADD from it. We're like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I'm gonna learn Reiki, and I'm gonna be a card reader, and I'm gonna take a class, and a massage, and a this. Okay, just take a breath, slow it down, stand strong in your strong feminine energy, breathing, nurture self, nurture others, what feels strong and in that loving vibration to you. And if you follow that, you will always be right. All right, we're gonna pick one more card. And then for those of you who are new, I know we had a lot of new people today. Spammers are banned immediately. We have zero tolerance policy for spammers. So if you're a spammer, you're banned immediately. So if you're a spammer that's lurking until we finish the comments, we finish the video, just know, one, you'll be banned, and two, we also will close the comments as soon as the video is over. This is one thing that I can do, and I apologize because I know people who watch the replay and then they can't comment, and I'm sorry, but you can always send me a message. But it's one thing I can do to protect you all from spammers after the fact, because I've noticed that sometimes when I don't do that, we get, tons of them that are sending you messages to you directly, and I just don't think you need to put up with that. So, so we will close the comments after the video is over. So I wanted just always to say thank you for just spending some time with us today. It really is a testament to the rising of the light, even with all the noise that's going on out in the world. It is really a testament to the rising of the light, that we are all here together, because we are all here together exchanging gifts. We are all here together exchanging gifts. We lift each other up together, right? We lift each other up together. So you are lifting me. I am, I hope, lifting you, to know that we are going to get through these challenging times. We are going to get through these challenging times together, that we all have something to bring to the table. We all have something valid and important to share, not to leave your light unshined. Don't keep your light under a bushel, I think is the saying. And just know that if you are tapping into your heart of what is it that I'm here to do and how can I help to raise the vibration of myself and connect with others to raise the vibration of others around me, we literally do create this shield of love and higher vibration that will eventually bring us to a place of respect and tolerance and moving forward with care and love and without violence and hatred. So that is my prayer for all of us, and just to keep breathing and to know that peace is possible, and more than anything, to know how very much you are loved. Mwah. We'll see you next week. We'll see you Thursday, I believe, for meditation. I look forward to having you all back with us next week. Have a great week.